Have you ever met someone who quietly says, "I don't celebrate my birthday," and you immediately wonder why? Are they trying to act different? Do they hate parties? Or is there something much deeper going on? Here's the surprising part. Choosing not to celebrate a birthday doesn't always mean someone is sad, lonely, or unhappy. In fact, the reason can be completely different from what most people imagine. Today, we're going to explore the psychology behind why some people don't celebrate their birthdays. By the end of this video, you might even understand someone in your life, or maybe even yourself, a little better. Let's begin. For many people, birthdays are exciting. Cake, gifts, phone calls, photos, and lots of happy birthday messages. It's a day when everyone pays attention to you. But here's the interesting thing. Not everyone enjoys being the center of attention. Some people actually feel uncomfortable when all eyes are on them. Imagine walking into a room where everyone suddenly starts singing your name. Sounds fun for some people, but for others, it's a nightmare. These people aren't rude or unfriendly. They simply have a personality that prefers quiet moments over loud celebrations. A peaceful evening with one close friend can feel much more special than a party with 50 people. Then there's another reason. As children, birthdays usually feel magical. Balloons, chocolates, colorful decorations, and that one friend who eats half the cake before anyone notices. But as people grow older, birthdays can start feeling different. Instead of thinking, "I'm getting presents," they start thinking, "Wow, another year has passed already." It becomes less about cake and more about time. Some people use their birthday as a reminder of everything they wanted to achieve but haven't yet. They compare themselves with others. My friend already bought a house. My cousin got married. Someone younger than me is already successful. Suddenly, a birthday doesn't feel like a celebration anymore. It feels like a progress report they never asked for. And honestly, social media doesn't make it any easier. Open any app and you'll see people posting luxury birthday trips, surprise parties, expensive gifts, and perfect photos. It looks like everyone is living inside a movie. But remember, social media usually shows the highlights, not real life. When someone compares their ordinary birthday with someone else's perfect birthday online, they may end up feeling disappointed instead of grateful. So some people simply avoid celebrating altogether. Now here's something many people don't think about. Not everyone has happy memories connected to birthdays. For some, birthdays remind them of family arguments, broken relationships, loneliness, or people they've lost. Imagine if every birthday reminded you of someone who is no longer with you. Would you still feel excited? Probably not. Our brain connects emotions with memories, so even when nothing bad is happening today, old memories can quietly return. This doesn't mean the person dislikes birthdays. It means birthdays remind them of something emotional. Another interesting reason is expectations. Let's be honest. Sometimes birthdays become stressful. You have to reply to dozens of messages. You wonder who remembered and who forgot. You think about posting something online. You feel like you should organize a party. And then you worry whether everyone enjoyed it. That's a lot of pressure for what is supposed to be a happy day. Some people simply decide, you know what? I'd rather skip all of this. And surprisingly, they feel much more relaxed. Here's a funny example. Imagine someone spends 3 hours choosing clothes for their birthday dinner, another 2 hours taking photos, and then another hour deciding which picture to upload. At the end of the day, the cake is melted, everyone's tired, and the biggest achievement is finding the perfect Instagram caption. Sometimes birthdays become more about impressing people than actually enjoying the day. Now let's talk about introverts. There's a common misunderstanding that introverts hate people. Not true at all. Many introverts enjoy spending time with others, but in smaller groups. A loud party with flashing lights, music, and 20 conversations happening at once can quickly become exhausting. So instead of celebrating with a crowd, they may choose a quiet dinner, a movie, or simply reading a good book. To them, that's a perfect birthday, and that's completely okay. Some people also see birthdays differently because of their beliefs or traditions. Certain families or communities don't celebrate birthdays for cultural or religious reasons. Others believe every day of life is equally valuable, so they don't see one specific day as more important than the rest. Their choice isn't based on sadness. It's simply how they view life. Then there's the group of people who love giving attention, but don't enjoy receiving it. They'll happily organize your birthday, buy you a thoughtful gift, and make sure you smile. But when it's their turn, they quietly disappear. If you ask why, they'll probably laugh and say, "It's just another day." Deep inside, they may simply feel uncomfortable being appreciated publicly. Here's another psychological idea. Some people fear getting older, not because of wrinkles or gray hair, but because growing older reminds them that life keeps moving forward. Every birthday feels like another page turning in a book, and that thought can feel surprisingly emotional. Instead of celebrating the number, they prefer not to think about it at all. Now here's something fascinating. Research in psychology suggests that people experience life events differently, based on personality, past experiences, emotions, and even their environment. So, there isn't one single reason why someone avoids birthdays. Every person has their own story. That's why judging someone by saying, "Come on, it's just a birthday," isn't always fair. For you, it may be just a birthday. For them, it could represent memories, pressure, anxiety, loss, or simply a personal preference. The best response isn't forcing them to celebrate, it's respecting their choice. Sometimes the kindest gift isn't a surprise party, it's understanding. Let's imagine two friends. One loves birthdays. Weeks before the date, they start planning decorations, food, games, and playlists. The other friend quietly switches off their phone and spends the day hiking alone. Who's right? Actually, both. Happiness doesn't look the same for everyone. Some people recharge in crowds, others recharge in silence, and that's what makes human psychology so interesting. One small decision can have completely different meanings depending on the person. The next time someone tells you they don't celebrate birthdays, don't immediately assume they're unhappy or strange. Maybe they're protecting their peace. Maybe they're remembering someone they miss. Maybe they don't enjoy attention. Or maybe they simply believe happiness doesn't need a calendar date. The important thing is this. Respecting different personalities is one of the easiest ways to build stronger relationships. Not everyone expresses joy the same way. Not everyone celebrates the same way. And that's perfectly normal. Life isn't about copying what everyone else is doing. It's about finding what genuinely makes you feel comfortable and happy. So whether you love huge birthday parties, enjoy a quiet dinner with family, or prefer treating it like an ordinary day, the most important thing is that the choice feels true to you. Because in the end, birthdays aren't really about candles, cakes, or gifts. They're about appreciating life in a way that feels meaningful. And maybe that's the biggest celebration of all. Now here's a question for you. Do you love celebrating your birthday? Or do you prefer keeping it simple or skipping it altogether? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your answer might help someone realize they're not alone. And if you enjoyed discovering the psychology behind everyday human behavior, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us for more fascinating topics that make us all understand ourselves a little better. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.